Akshata, compelling visuals, touching visuals that we saw over there as he met his family who have been waiting, or rather had been waiting for him over the last 12 to 14 hours. Talk us through the body language of the superstar. It wasn't easy for him, as we know, but from the time that he met his family to the time that he walked down and addressed the media, what is it that you could make from his body language?
I think there was a lot, obviously, to read into Harshit, but I also sensed that there was a change in his body language from yesterday to today. Yesterday, when he was leaving his house, and you could see him then also with his wife, Sneha, when he kissed her goodbye, it was more reassuring then. He was very calm, he was very composed. One got a sense that he wasn't really fazed by what was happening, and he kind of saw it coming. He knew this was going to happen. So all through, whether it was at the hospital where he was taken for his medical test or at the court, he seemed very calm and composed, meeting fans, interacting with those who had gathered, and of course wearing that sweatshirt, which many believed was a message where he said, "Flower nahi fire hai," a very popular dialogue from his movie Pushpa. And he chose to wear that because he was allowed to change his clothes at his residence. Even, of course, where he pointed out to the cops that the way you landed up outside my bedroom was wrong. So you had that kind of an emotion that he was going through. His body language was one where he was trying to send out a message that, look, this isn't phasing me, this isn't disturbing me in any way. I'm very calm and composed. Cut to this morning, you see those images of him walking into his house and his son coming running and hugging him, followed by his wife and his daughter as well. And in those images, there's a sense of relief, essentially. I think it kind of seeped into them that this could have been a lot worse, especially when a lower court yesterday had said that 14-day judicial custody has been granted. So if the Telangana High Court hadn't granted bail last evening, we'd have been talking about Allu Arjun being in the Chanchalgoda prison, which is a central prison, and behind bars for a lot more days, coming out maybe days later. So you can sense that relief in his body language today, in also the way he was meeting and hugging his family members. Remember, we're talking about, Harshit, the Tollywood first family here. His uncles, Chiranjeevi, Nagbabu are all there. His entire family gathered yesterday in Hyderabad to be there with him at this very difficult time, or rather with his family. His father also is a very renowned name in the film industry. So because of that, obviously, the messaging and the optics, the pictures are all being read into 1,000 times. But also Allu Arjun's message here. He chose to come and speak to the media. Again, let me highlight that he's very media shy. You don't see them giving interviews ever. Most of your South superstars are very, very private, don't like controversy, don't even interact much with the media. But here he chose to come and speak to journalists to send out a message saying, look, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I will cooperate with the investigation. I also express my condolences to the family that lost 35-year-old Revati in that stampede, which is a very, very important message, because essentially he's saying that whatever comes now going forward, I will ensure that I cooperate. But he says, I'm completely safe, I'm completely fine, and I want the fans to know, knowing that there's been an outpouring of support for him from many of his fans and many others who believe that he's been unfairly targeted in this particular case and that it wasn't right for him to be booked for culpable homicide over the stampede that broke out. And Allu Arjun said also, I think he made it a point to highlight that I've done this many times. I've been to these kind of events many times. But what broke out there was an unfortunate incident. He refers to it as an accident as well. So there, I think you get glimpses also of what exactly Allu Arjun's defense is in this entire case. But he's putting the spotlight and focus still on the family that lost their loved one, kind of trying to suggest that, look, my struggle right now is nothing compared to what they're going through.
Right, Akshata.